insinuating? What the fuck is the
Yeah,
word?
Fun Karma uses a lot of big words for someone who isn't like native English. That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is.
I mean, you say that, and then she also does foolish.
Foolish. Yeah, she hasn't said that yet. Ooh. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the fears and flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. Now you see here, Franziska. Wait. Oh, wait. Does it say here that it was...
After the turbulence.
It says after the turbulence,
Yeah.
not before the turbulence.
After the turbulence.
It's right there. That has to be it, right? It's right there.
Yeah, you can present it.
Taken out of the display case.
Objection!
Oh! Yeah, good job.
It was right. That was the one. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master.
But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
A fake.
This Mr. I-Fly piggyback is just a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that?
I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated the weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator. Oh my god, this guy doesn't even have a body, he's just an outline. The killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then, the killer proceeded to pick the bank up from the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Bonk.
God, what a sadistic man.
Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage, in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks. But I'm surprised no one has asked yet how Edgeworth, like why he wasn't conscious. Did he drink too much? Was it the turbulence?
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I'm
the earthquake,
surprised no one asked
yeah.
what is the motive
Turbulence, right?
Yeah,
of
right,
Edgeworth to murder that guy.
That's true. You know, sometimes you
That
just want to
too.
murder people for no reason, right?
He doesn't
Sometimes
have
it
any
happens.
motive. Why would he
It's true.
kill him?
That's true. That's true. He doesn't
Use
have
it.
motive.
There was another time Edgeworth was like accused of murdering. He had a very good reason.
I mean,
Is this the Filipino guy? Daniel, you want to make this the Filipino guy?
Nah,
I don't know.
we don't have to make it the
whoever
Filipino
wants
guy.
to.
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was everything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stalled tactics are in the end.
But it's possible that it's hidden somewhere, sir. No! Please!
If the criminal had wanted to hide the murder weapon in a safer place, I think the murder weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth.
Exactly
The
what I
bloody
was
cloth.
thinking. Because the cloth was
The
hidden.
bloody cloth.
Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence, which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage or is still at the real crime scene.
Objection! There is one more possibility.
And that would be?
that a piggy bank is in fact a real weapon.
But didn't we just...
Hold it.
Why
Let
doesn't
me
she have a hold
finish.
it? She doesn't have
She
a voice
doesn't have a
line.
hold it. That's so sad.
That's so sad.
It's
Oh.
okay, Lynn gave her one.
Yeah, that's
It's okay.
true.
The killer took the bank out of the display case before the turbulence by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's say. So that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Franziska, the person you're talking about.
Not so fast. I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you the permission to conduct the investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I recall you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well. Permission granted. But only if I can sit on your interrogation.
Ah, it's like good cop, bad cop.
Wow. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention
you
of interrogating
understand?
her. But you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish.
I forgot her name.
Tenero.
De Niro.
Oh. Miss Tenero is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Jeez.
Damn, I need to voice 3 girls at once.
Yes.
Just 2.
Oh yeah, just do. Oh wait,
No,
no,
it's
no.
okay, okay.
What's her name? What about Cammy?
I
Cammy
was.
thought Millie
She's not
would
here.
have been here.
Cammy Mill.
Millie.
Yeah. Nah, she's not here.
Mill. So you're the one that poked around inside the plane without the captain's permission.
Am I the only one who notices the holes? Look, there's a hole under me. There's a hole under. I'm about to fall through.
Wow, just so many holes.
No.
You see that?
Holes.
You see that? Ah!
Yeah, there's just random holes.
Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? I...
Miss Tenero.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too.
Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right.
Oh, that's the sad music.
It is. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has here for Clement.
Oh, what is approach?
I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken by Miss Mill. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I waited to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Tenero, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in flight shop before the turbulence, were you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Franziska seems to have struck a nerve. Alright.
I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. And I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up to adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Mr. Nero claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. What
You
is he
present a thing to
talking
her.
about? Yeah, but what? What thing? Oh, this. No?
Not the bloody cloth?
The bloody cloth? No, she doesn't know about the bloody cloth.
Oh,
Yeah, she made the really ugly suitcases, did she?
Yeah, she was.
Maybe. Oh, you can ask her about the suitcase, right?
Okay.
Yeah, why is it so ugly?
If you could please take a look at this for me, Mr. Nero.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes, about this suitcase. You are the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about this suitcase?
Yes, I was interested in seeing how the suitcases I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional, I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there.
The last one there.
Oh.
Ooh.
It wasn't the last one there.
So you're saying, Mr. Nero, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes. They're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves.
That's not exactly the impression I got.
The one in the shop is most definitely the last one.
Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase.
Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then sell you buy it.
I'm sorry, but I can't.
But why? I think it'd be great for your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you.
Oh god.
My god, that's an insult.
I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Do you see this suit, woman? Does it look like 50 colors and 50 shades of barf? I thought not.
Wow.
So, oh my god.
Well, that is, how should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on. My issue with the suitcases isn't the design. It's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it.
2? But that's impossible.
No.
I'm sure there was only one. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only one suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Mr. Nero, what is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
I thought you said there was only one left.
That one is, it's mine. I used it for a very long time now.
Looks good as new. She used it for a
Yeah,
long
but why
time.
is it? Why does
Oh,
there?
yeah, it has a tag.
Why is there a tag? Why is there a
Exactly.
tag?
I think not.
She's the culprit. I'm telling you.
Mr. Tenero, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me.
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Tenero says? Take that! Tell me, Miss Tenero, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase?
Checkmate.
What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about the suitcase?
Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Mr. Nero, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in the in-flight shop, right?
Yeah.
Because it had to have
In-flight
been
shop.
taken straight from the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was yourself. Right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Take that!
Take
It
that.
was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then, the reason you went back to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something.
But the suitcases didn't sell.
It's because of the design, isn't it? Because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
We weren't selling a single one. And they were just sitting there, collecting dust.
Oh,
I
Poor
felt
thing.
so bad seeing them there, day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked.
You buy one every single time you work a flight?
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here is my receipt for the purchase.
This receipt is clearly time-stamped 5:40 a.m.
huh.
And the murder was between 6 and 6.5, right?
Yeah,
Looks
five,
like it.
5 and 6:15 was it? I forgot what it was. Was it 5
I
and
forgot.
6?
I'm
I
not
think it's
so
5 and
sure.
6.
I think it was between 6. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Mr. Nero, where are these other suitcases?
They should all be down in cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used.
Could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I ever wished them to be.
Mr. Nero, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just go through that door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed. Because just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it. Hold it!
Yes, Franziska?
Going on there, wild goose's chase. You're a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
But my last name is not Von Karma, Franziska. And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. Don't tell me you're not a Von Karma, cause I treat you like a brother.
Sisters
You're
don't
just a
whip
brother
their
to me.
brothers.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, they're like siblings, right?
Oh man, that's a weird sibling relationship if I've ever seen one.
That fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card.
Miles Edgeworth. You're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Mill. I asked her earlier, and she has this to say.
Franziska got information out of Miss Mill?
In order to make the elevator go down to cargo hold, a different key card is required.
A different one.
Yes, and the only person who holds the particular card is you, Mr. Rhoda Tinero, and only you. Ah!
What? Is this true, Mr. Nero?
Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes, hold on. She lying.
It's not there.
I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
The key card, it's gone. Very clever.
I like that even Gumshoe looks shocked. Look.
What the heck?
Pretending that your card was stolen, when in fact, you're just trying to hide it from us. You really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what is like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Alright, that's me. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Ugh.
What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face.
Franziska, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However,
Hold it! Don't even think about wasting any more of my time.
Yeah.
You know the rules as well as I do.
I thought there was a Rickroll
commitments
reference.
and looking
That's what I saw.
up.
I said, you know the rules, and so do I, Mr. Edgeworth.
Evidence speak louder than words.
You wouldn't get this from any other prosecutor.
Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise.
Damn.
And I'll see you guys next time.
time.
There we go. I think. Yeah. All right. Very nice music.